I'm Jamie Berger, and I teach math and computer science to 9th and 10th grade high school students. This video is going to be about Bitmoji Classroom. It's meant to be a PD for all of my coworkers tomorrow, but I wanted to make a video so that they have something to go back to and because I like to share. Alright, so here we go. Before I start, I'd like to note that I'm controlling these slides using Nearpod. If you don't know what Nearpod is, then you should check out my previous video titled Bare Necessities something something Nearpod. Alright, but this one is a classroom without the building, Bitmoji Classroom. So this is what I'll be talking about. First off, I'll be telling you what the heck a Bitmoji even is, and then we're going to look at some examples of Bitmoji classrooms. Then I'm going to show you actually how to make a Bitmoji classroom, and then I'm going to show you how to embed Bitmoji into Canvas. What is a Bitmoji? A Bitmoji is your own personal emoji, and we tend to use it like an avatar, so we like it to be a graphic representation of ourselves. It makes the students feel like we're kind of somewhat there with them in a cute way. So as you can see here, there's my Bitmoji, and she looks like me. If I go back to a previous slide to see her full body, here you can see like I've been able to choose her hair, everything, shirt, skin color, glasses, pants, shoes, all of that. And I've made her look like me and kind of chose a style that I often wear. So when the fall comes, then I would maybe alter that to include a sweater, something like that. Also, the school that I teach at is also in the background here, so that also adds another level of familiarity and making it feel like we're actually in the school building. And that's the goal here. So, to even get access to the Bitmoji, you want to download the Bitmoji Chrome extension. All you really have to do is just Google search Chrome Bitmoji extension. It'll come up for you to add to Chrome and allow that all to go through. So next, you may not see the Bitmoji extension appear in your Chrome browser right away. So what you'll have to do is click on that puzzle piece next to the search bar. So look at number 1. And then if you look at number 2, you'll see Bitmoji there. You want to click on that icon that looks like a pin. After that, the Bitmoji pin will appear in your, like up by your search bar, like in number 3. So in order to edit your Bitmoji, there's 2 ways you can do this. This will happen when you're logging in. It'll either ask you to log into your Snapchat or to get the Bitmoji app. You can do one of those 2 things and edit and create your Bitmoji from there. So what exactly does a Bitmoji classroom look like? Here you see a classroom where it's me and my co-teacher. And all of these things up here in the bookshelf are links to things that the students will need in class, right? They'll need a link to get to the live class. They'll need to come to office hours, right? They can access our class website that I've created and their Google Drives where they'll be keeping their notes. Then Kahoot and Nearpod and Canvas are also some tech tools that we use at our school, and I have those linked here as well. I plan to update the agenda once we are in session, and the announcements and homework will be updated every week. Up here on this board has a lot of just kind of like fun extra links. This leads to the Instagram page of a friend of mine who works with robots. She's getting her PhD in computer science at Georgia Tech. This link leads to the March on Washington coming later this month, and to register for that. Yikes. And then here is a link to the National Center for Transgender Equality. And this is to the Capital Pride Alliance, so a local to DC LGBTQIA plus group. Here is an image of Naruto. He's one of my favorite fictional characters. So this links to a video for 3 reasons why you should watch the anime. If you click on the number line, it leads to actually like a digital number line website where you can play with and use this number line. If you click on me, it goes to my YouTube page. And if you click on the cat, it goes to a Google form. I have this thing called CATS that I got from my professor, and it's to see things you'd like the teachers to consider, anything you'd like to apologize for, anything you're thankful for outside of the virtual classroom, and what's required for them to answer is who would you like to shout out and why. And all of that spells out CATS. So they would click on the cat to access that form. Over here on this table to the left is a radio, or I'm sorry, a record player that leads to these lo-fi beats radio. That's really great for studying. These calculators, this one leads to the Desmos Scientific, and this one leads to the Desmos Graphing. Another like fun little like Easter egg thing I put in there is if you click on the giraffe, it leads to a giraffe cam at the San Diego Zoo. Oh, it looks like there's some rhinos in the cam right now, so, but yes, this is a live cam. That's exciting. Aw, okay. Anyway, and if you click on this photo here, it'll lead to a concert of Chuck Brown. Chuck Brown is a music legend from DC, so of course I had to rap him right away. Some of these things I do plan on like changing in and out throughout the weeks and throughout the interim, so they will not stay the same, and it'll be a nice dynamic classroom for the students to be able to feel like they have a home base. This is an example of how stations can be used. So I know that a lot of people want to utilize breakout rooms, but then they're like, okay, but how do I give students separate work? This provides a space for you to be able to do that. So I have so the students would essentially like see this room, and they would be asked to put it in present mode, but I'm not going to do that right now. So they'd have to click on the appropriate binder to find their station assignment. So they have the blue one if it's odd, if they're in an odd breakout room, an orange one if they're in an even breakout room, and that's just a nice convenient way for them to be able to do different activities. So in each binder has a different link for a different activity for people to do. If they can't access the hyperlinks for some reason, maybe they're on a tablet or a phone, so they can't access the hyperlinks, then they can type in these bit.ly links instead. It's nice to have those available. Once again, this record player goes to some study music. This time it's some Jay Dilla instrumentals, because of course I gotta rep Detroit a little bit. Yeah, so there's another use case. This one is actually for like a lesson. So a lesson may have like multiple materials. So this is like a nice place for students to be able to access those. In the poster here, I have the learning objective for lesson one. Up on the left, I have the assignments, vocabulary, and extra practice problems for the students, and these will all be links. And then, of course, once again, I have the scientific and graphing calculator in the same colors that I did on the home page. I do have the nice touch of having our school building outside the window to make this room familiar. And then there's also like a cute cat because I like cats. This one's not clickable. I just put it in present mode. This is why I asked the students to put it in present mode. If you noticed before, like the rug was kind of like poking out the sides and stuff, and like, you know, in this mode, it just looks perfect. So you just tell the students to put it in present mode, and they will do that and click around and play with it as needed. If you click on me, it actually goes to, um, it pulls up a template of an email. And this template of the email will send the email straight to me. All the students have to fill in the appropriate information. And I do that through the site mail to link.me. And so this way I can say like to, and then I can put my email address here and then put a subject line like algebra 1 question. And then I can have a template email for my students, and this also helps them learn how to send proper emails. So I can say, hello, Miss Burger. I am having trouble with assignment. Title of assignment. And then specific question here. Thank you for your help. Best wishes. Right, something like that. And then this is what they would get. And so they would know every time I see the brackets, that's where I basically need to fill in the blank. And then you get nice emails with a nice template, and you know what assignment they're referring to every time. This slide is not hyperlinked at all. It's just really adding to community. It's for my advisory. We have houses like Harry Potter at my school, so my advisory is a house that's called Gradia, and our color is purple. So I actually like personalized this poster and made that to make the room feel more personal, as well as once again putting the school in the window. I made this poster at canva.com right here. It's a super awesome website where you can go and edit posters and all different kinds of media marketing materials. This slide is all about accomplishments. It's about celebrating the students. So, here I'd have the students' names for getting hustle points, which is our incentive points at our school, and then for progressing through their modules at a healthy pace, because we will be all 100% remote, and we will be using the modern classrooms approach. So it's important for us to track the progression of each student's work. So this slide is meant for teachers to collaborate on different ways that a Bitmoji classroom could look like. And there are some ways that I've already brainstormed. So I'll add those in now. So one of those would be a resource room. So you could have a room that's just filled with all kinds of things and links that the students would need. In addition, we could also think of that as like a library, um, or even like a book room, or like fun reading room. Another idea I had was like a gym and health room. So this room could be a place where like students could access different workouts every day, and have maybe like different videos that they could follow, or different games or outdoor games and activities that they can do to stay active during the pandemic. Another idea that I had was to travel back in time. So, when we're traveling back in time, we can make a slide, that's like in a setting that's not of this time. So, yeah, I don't know. We could just like make like space slides, travel back in time. We can be underwater, right? It's an online environment, so we can make it whatever we want and bring students into that space and that environment. Another idea is having a college room. So this is a room where you could maybe have like a bunch of college pendants on the wall that link to different college websites, um, local ones in your area that maybe students oftentimes apply to. You could also like maybe have like a different college that you feature every week, and include different kind of like documents and help for how to apply to college, how to find a college that's fit for you. What's the difference between private, state, HBCU, liberal arts, right? All that different stuff. It could be a room to access all of that material. So now that you know all the awesome ways that Bitmoji classrooms can be used, now you want to know how to make one, right? Yeah. Okay. The first thing that you're going to want to do is you want to open up Google Slides. And then you're going to click on background. Next, you want to choose an image. And you're going to choose an image by Google Image Search. And when you do that in the search, you're going to put floor and wall. And what should come up is a bunch of different floor and walls. And the one that I have here is my favorite. I think it's a nice, clean, modern look. Um, but you can, you know, choose whatever you like. Next, it's always appropriate to add some type of whiteboard. So in order to do that, you want to go to the Insert tab and insert image. And you want to insert image by searching the web. And then on the right side, you will see a formatting kind of like toolbar come up, and there you'll be able to search the web, and you want to search whiteboard transparent background or whiteboard transparent. This way, only the whiteboard will be seen when you put it on the slide. Next, you want to add a bookcase or a shelf. So you do the same thing. You want to insert image, search the web, and then you're going to look for a bookcase with a transparent background, or a bookshelf transparent background, or just shelf transparent. Um, in format options, so if you go down to recolor, there are different options for you to recolor it. So sometimes if something comes in brown, since I typically use this background, I like my furniture to be in grays and blacks. So I will use the recolor to put my furnitures in grays and blacks. Next, I added a chair. And you want to do the same thing. Insert image, search the web, and I put chair transparent background. So I'm going to format options again, and this is where the flip comes in play. This chair was originally pointed the other way, and I wanted it to point this way. So I went to size and rotation and clicked flip. Now we can add our Bitmoji. So you want to press the Bitmoji pin up by your search bar in your browser window and find a Bitmoji. In this case, if you want it to sit in the chair, I usually search sitting in the little like Bitmoji search bar you see there, and the standard sitting emoji, Bitmoji, comes up. So what you want to do is right click on that image and then go down to copy image address. Then you go back into your Google Slides and go to insert image, and this time you want to insert image by URL. And when you do that, you can then paste the address that you copied into there and click add. And you'll see they add the Bitmoji without a background, so it automatically comes transparent. Now, if you notice, like when you're clicked onto the Bitmoji, there's like a lot of white space around it. And this actually kind of like blocks other stuff. So if you double click on the image of your Bitmoji and move the black markers in, not the blue, the black ones in, and click enter, it'll get rid of that white space so it's easier for you to place things around the Bitmoji. Next, you want to add resources to the room. So you may want to add images to the bookshelf, like Khan Academy or other tools that your students use. And you want to add anchor charts to the wall, right? We're learning. So here I have the Pythagorean theorem. Then you may want to have links on those images, right? If the students see Khan Academy there, you want them to be able to click on Khan Academy and go to Khan Academy. If they have the Pythagorean theorem there on the wall, you want them to be able to click on that and access more information about the Pythagorean theorem. So you can do that by clicking on the image itself and then going up to that little icon that you see on the whiteboard here that looks like a link, and insert link. Okay, a little chain link. And insert the link there. And so now, whenever somebody clicks on that image, it'll go to that link. And lastly, you want to add some personality. You want to add some images to the bookshelf. I always like to put a boombox somewhere so the students have some study music. And I like to add little items around just to make it feel more lively. So that's why I've got pencils and pens, and that's why I've got hand sanitizer, because it's still the pandemic and coronavirus, which is why we're in this situation anyway. But to make it feel more real, why not put it in there? Up on the wall, I've got my favorite cartoon, Adventure Time. I've got Jerry Lawson, who is the guy that's the reason why we even have video games. And then you can always have like a class mascot, something fun like that. So if you've noticed, I do have cats in a lot of my slides. I love cats, so that tends to be my class mascot. I even go as far as giving my Bitmoji a cup of coffee, because when the students see me in the classroom, they'll more times than not see me with a cup of coffee. Math is in the morning. Definitely add some personality to the room, especially if you're going into this year with brand new students who have never met you. This is a great way for them to kind of like get a bit of your vibe as well. Some extra little tips for adding personality. Um, if you don't have a frame for your photo, for example, like the Adventure Time picture there, when you go into format options, click the drop shadow. This makes it look a little less flat and more like there's actually something hanging on the wall. The second one, so I've been mentioning the window throughout because it's important. It makes it feel more warm. So if you do have a window, you can layer a photo behind it by right clicking and going to order, send back or send backward, and put that behind the window. And it looks like there's something outside. And then the third one, check all of your links when you're done because there's a possibility that some of your links could be blocked by other images. Some of your images have extra white space that block other things. So you may either want to decrease that white space, like I told you how to do earlier, by cropping, or you could change the order by right clicking and going to order and changing the order of how they're stacked on the page. So the thing with the link is at the top. The more you play with this, the easier it'll get. It sounds overwhelming at first, and it might actually be overwhelming at first, but take some time to play around. Don't stress out about it. Do it while you're watching TV or something. I don't know. But just have fun. It's meant to be fun. So don't go crazy. How can you actually embed this into Canvas? Suppose that I want this slide embedded into Canvas. What I would do is I would click File and Publish to the web. Then I would go over to the Embed tab and embed every minute. I would leave the slide size at medium. Then I'd click on Restart the slideshow after the last slide. Then click Publish. After I click Publish, all of the embed code will come up, and I want to Command C to copy. Then I want to go into my course on Canvas and go to Pages. When I click on Pages, I can add a new page. And then I want to click on this little icon here that says Insert Edit Media. And then click on the Embed tab and paste your embedded code here. Then click OK. And as you can see, my slide is now embedded here. And then I would save it. And that's how you embed a slide into Canvas. That's it from me. You have my YouTube here. There's my school email. So if you're interested in more Bitmoji classroom stuff and want to see more Bitmoji classrooms, feel free to email me. I'm a new teacher and I like to learn stuff, and I'm happy to share stuff too. It's all part of the process. Have fun. Yeah, have a good day.